Hey guys, and welcome back to well, I guess it's like let's look at my Megahood because I don't really have a name for this series. Anyways, I just wanted to show you this household because it's kind of like an extension of the last household. So this would be Veronaville like 15 years in the future of when the actual save is started. I've been posting these and you guys have been seeming to really enjoy them, so I'm going to continue on with it until you guys find it boring. So this here is Juliet Cap. She is part of the last household that I was showing you, which was Consort Cap and Hermia and Tybalt and all of them. And I had talked about how, she had gotten pregnant early in her years with Romeo Monty. And so yeah, so she lives here. This is actually a college dorm that I created for my save. The reason I built this is because I have the mod where they can go to university in their home world. So this is where my Sims whom go to university in their home world stay. Unless they decide to stay in living in the house that they're going to inherit later in life. Like, this is where they go. So yeah, so this here is Juliet, like I said, and there is another cap person in here, and I'm going to show you them in just a second, but let me talk about Juliet first. So Juliet was in a romantic relationship with Romeo Monty, of course, as I've told you, and they, with ACR's help, woohooed, and she actually ended up expecting, and so she has two babies, I believe, with him. She has two babies with him. Elliot and Brad are their names, and they are still like itty bitty infants. So I have officially taken over almost like a second room for her. No one has claimed this room, so there is no need to get upset about it or whatever. So this here is the boys' room. They have these fire beds. I don't know why I went with that, but you know what? I was probably trying to do something different because I always use the same things, and so I was trying to be like different. Their fire is burning real hot. I guess it's supposed to be camo, but anyways, so this is Brad here, and this is Elliot. I'm going to give you a close-up look of them, of course, because obviously there is genetics that come into play with my Sims. And yeah, so this is Elliot. He's got blue eyes and black hair, of course. He's got black hair just like Romeo does, of course. And then this is Brad, and he's got red hair and blue eyes, which I think is so cool that there's one that like has Juliet's hair color and there's one that has Romeo's hair color. I just think that's really cool. The genetics in the Sims 2 are very, very nice and very, very cool. All right, so also when she moved here, she did bring the dog Brandy. Brandy is her dog. This is the mother of the three pups from the last video. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. So she is the one who wanted Brandy. She is the one who wished to have Brandy. And I haven't gotten to play too much with Brandy because of the whole fact of she moved out very quickly after we got Brandy. And she moved in here, and then when she was here, she was pregnant, she was giving birth to babies, taking care of babies, so we haven't really had a lot of time to spend with Brandy, but I do want it to be a full-on loving relationship. You can see that she's already in her sophomore year here, so she's been in college for a little while. She's definitely doing pretty darn well. She's still undeclared, undeclared in her major, but she has a lot of skills, which is fantastic. Her lifetime wish that she ended up pulling was to graduate 3 children from college. So if that is to become true, she would have to have at least one more baby. And yeah, so I think that could be possible in her life, that she could end up having one more kiddo. She's not in a romantic relationship anymore with Romeo Monty, and I just think it's because I didn't have the mod where, like, when they age up to a young adult, at the time anyways, I didn't have the mod where when they age up to a young adult that they would keep their relationships with the teenagers when they were a little bit younger. And Romeo is a little bit younger than her, I think just by a couple of days. So he ended up, like, aging up the next rotation, because it like just that's just how it kind of worked out. So he aged up. He's actually got off, and he's actually in university world. That's where he's going. He's not going here. He could have went here, but I don't think he would want to. He is a romance sim, of course, and so he is not going to be the best fatherly figure, and he is not going to be the best husband material. So if Juliet, which she does want to fall in love, ends up falling in love with Romeo Monti, she could ask him if she wanted to get married, but I don't think he would ever wish for it himself. So I did also for these guys, because they do have a backstory, of course, and so I did make it where each of the children got like one item from someone, like a quote unquote like piece of their parents' like items, like they inherited an item from when their parents passed. And Juliet's was this jewelry box. I just thought this maybe was like something her mom had that's been passed down through generation to generation, and she brought it with her to university after she got kicked out, because it is like something very precious to her. I know it's hanging off over here, but you know, sometimes you just gotta live with it, okay? And I just thought that some of this would be something that we could continue to pass down if she was to have a little girl or whatever, even to her kids, like even to her boys. I guess she could pass it to her boys, and if they didn't use it or didn't want it, they could pass it on to their kiddos. And we're just going to continue to pass this down the generation to generation, because like I said, I consider it to be like an heirloom of the family, something that was her mom's before she passed away. And so that's that. So Juliet, like I said, doesn't really have a lot going on, just taking care of the kiddos and her dog. And she is getting to know some other people who have moved in here, of course, which are family members down the line. And so, you know, she's very good friends with her brother and her sister. She's made friends with Melody Tinker from Blue Water Village, and obviously Romeo. And then she also is still friends with her grandfather, but they are in like a little bit of a tough with each other, because the whole thing about her getting pregnant as a teenager, and he was not okay with that. Also, she has made a couple, like one other friend, which is Robin Leoing, which I think she's just an NPC, and that's fine. She can be friends with other people, but I'm really trying to buckle down on like who I get my Sims in relationships with at this point, because I don't want to make my Megahood any bigger than it needs to be. And of course babies are going to be added, but if I can have my Sims kind of mingle together, that would be even better. So that's pretty much it with Juliet. She is here living in the dorm in this little tiny room, and then she's just kind of taken over the second room for her boys, because honestly 2 cribs are not going to fit in there with the dog and her. So I had to do something, and I have to keep all this stuff. Now I do have all of my Sims that go to university. They all take out a loan. It depends on if they go to college and they were like homeschool, or if they were in private school or like public school, and or if they go to school or college in the town, and if they were homeschooled, or all of that. So if you guys would like me to go over my rules of kind of like how I decide things for my Sims and my spreadsheet, and I explain it more in detail, please let me know, because I am always open to doing that for you guys as well. This is just my play style. It doesn't have to be your play style. That's okay. I also do have all of my Sims go to university. I dabbled with the idea of not having them do that, because not everybody in real life goes to university, but it ends up that the only way it's going to work with my aging system is that everybody go to university, so everybody's aging is on the right track. So that's how that's going to go. So yeah, that is her, and then that's her boys. Now I am going to flop over, and I'm going to do the other people that are in this household, so I don't have to do them later on in life. So this is Miranda Cap. This is another teen pregnancy, honestly. This family, I didn't even think about this, but this family has had 2 teen pregnancies. And that is kind of interesting. Now she's in a ball gown, which I'm not quite sure that is quite fitting for her, but you know. Anyways, so this is what she looks like. She has an eyebrow piercing and a nose piercing. She has freckles, of course, because she's got red hair. All of my red-haired Sims get freckles, like, on their face, because I just think that is, like, a distinguishing factor for redheads in general. Like I said, my rule doesn't have to be yours, all of that kind of good stuff. I just really like it. I think it gives them like a little extra, like, you know, special touch. So all of my redheads do have facial freckles, and I think she's very pretty, but her face is very slim and very like chiseled almost. Then, so this is Miranda, and yeah, so she, like I said, she is another teen pregnancy. Unfortunately, she did not have twins. She had triplets. So she has a little bit more of a hard time because she is, yeah, she is definitely in for it. Let me tell you. So I am going to complete this for her because she did actually do it. There we go. There we go. So yeah, so she is here. She wants to be friends with Brandy. Oh, that's so cute. I could definitely see maybe Julia and Miranda, after they move out of here, getting a place together, raising their kids together, unless they obviously get with somebody whom they are going to end up being with for the rest of their lives. So yeah, so these guys have already been played this rotation as well. So this is a little bit even, yeah, this is like right in line, I guess, because everybody else has been played too that I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so her kiddos are Quasimodo Cap, Ryan Cap, and Yermi Cap. Their last names are actually not Cap. Their last names are also Monty, I do believe. Let me quadruple check this. Yes, they are Mercutio Monty's children. Mercutio is Romeo's older brother. So the brothers got the cousins pregnant as teens. And yeah, so she had, she actually lived at home, and she gave birth to the kiddos there. Her parents were very supportive, and they really tried to understand where she was coming from about the whole thing. But it ended up being that Consort was like, heck no, you know, Juliet's out, and, you know, if you want to continue to be part of the family fortunes, then you need to tell Miranda that it's not okay what she did with a Monty, because as you know, the Caps and the Montys don't get along. They're like feuding. It's the whole storyline. And so her parents decided that because they have a bunch of kids, which you'll see later on if I ever get to that household, they have a bunch of kiddos, and they want to be able to have part of that fortune, especially with Consort Cap so close to passing away. They know that they're going to get a little bit of the fortune. So he has a big, vast amount of money, and it gets divided amongst people. And again, part of my spreadsheet, I have like a whole scenario, like I divvy it up myself, based off of net worth of each individual sim who passes away. So anyways, so they need that money more than want. And so they told Miranda, like, you know, now that you're a young adult, it's time that you move out with your kids and go do things on your own. So she ended up moving here as well with her kids because she was not able to stay at home any longer. And she has 3 kids. Like I said, she has Quasimodo, Ryan, and Yermi. And they all moved in here just recently, so they haven't really settled in very much, but they are very, very adorable. And I know it's dark outside, so please do forgive me, but this is what they all look like. So this is Quasimodo here. I think he is adorable. I think he looks a lot like Mercutio, and I absolutely am here for it, to be honest with you. This here is Ryan. So he's also adorable. He reminds me of a little farm boy, which I love. And I think it's very cute. He looks a lot like his dad as well, in my opinion. And then this kiddo over here is Yermi. And I think this is a girl, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not quite sure who she looks like. I'm pretty sure Yermi is a girl. Right? Am I wrong or am I right? I think I'm right. I don't know if you can, let me look at the family tree. I'm pretty sure it's her daughter. I don't even know. It doesn't even say. How do you even know? Where do you even know if they're a girl or a boy? Oh my goodness. All right, I guess I don't really know, okay? I don't really know. I'm pretty sure it's a little girl. It's confusing because she's wearing blue for me. This is and her face looks like a girl to me, honestly. And I'm pretty sure it's a girl. Because I'm pretty sure she was like the only girl, and I was like, oh, I really wanted more. Because as you saw, this family is huge, and yeah. So this is all of the kids that are still living at home, from Hal on down to Ian. Yeah, we were raising Miranda's triplets and Goneril and Albany Caps quadruplets all at the same time. So that was very difficult for me. It was 7 babies to take care of, and I was almost pulling my hair out. So I'm also kind of glad that she moved out. Anyways, so she ended up wanting to become a visionary, which is in the artist career, which is very cool. And so she has a fear of having a baby, which means I will put her on birth control until that fear goes away. She also doesn't want to see the death of Mercutio, and she also does not want to see the death of Puck, which is the summer dream kiddos. Anyways, so she doesn't really know Juliet very much, but they are family, of course. So the thing is this round, before Romeo moved out into university, he actually called Miranda over on a little woo-hooty kind of thing, and they woohooed. They woohooed. And so she could potentially be expecting. I don't have a clue. That's why I don't want to press play or anything, because I don't want to find out if she is. I don't want to see anything. So she has now wooed with both brothers, which is kind of weird. And Mercutio actually was at university when this happened, because he's doing university from home. But he's doing it there because he's going to inherit the house. Whew, excuse me. So yeah, he actually is living in that house, but he was at his classes when this all happened. Romeo called her over. She came over. She woohooed with him, and then she left before he even showed up. So it was kind of weird. And I was feeling very like, what the heck is going on? I let ACR do its thing, and if it does its thing and it's something that I don't like, obviously, like, wrong gender or something, which doesn't ever happen, I would stop it. But this is just like, maybe she can't make up her mind, and that's just kind of how that goes sometimes. But she's very close. She used to be very close with Desdemona and Hal. They kind of had a falling out. I think they got into a fight or something, or they like argued or something, and all 3 of them kind of were friends, and now they're all not friends. So that's the thing. She is still in love with Puck Gossamer, which is the Summer Dream household. If you're unfamiliar with them, they'll be in a video as well. So she's definitely in love with him, but she's also now in love with Romeo Monti. Romeo is romance him, as I've stated, so getting him to marry you is probably going to be very difficult, but Puck Gossamer is not a romance him, and she could potentially marry him down the line, though she, as you notice, she has like no wishes for him, so it could be interesting how that's all going to go down. Now, she does not have any friendships with her parents, because I think she's a little bit upset that they kicked her out. I think she gets it at the same time, but she's also upset about how they went down about it, because of Consort Cap, of course. It just didn't sit well with her that they kind of took his side over hers, and I think it hurt her feelings a little bit. She does know a lot of people, and she is absolutely not happy with her grandfather, but she does know a lot of other people, but she's just not friends with them, or doesn't really have any time to talk to them while taking care of triplets. Now, Mercutio does know about the triplets, and he has spent some time with each and every one of them, I do believe. Like a little bit of time, not a whole ton of time. I don't know if they actually know that he's spent time with them, because he has, well, he does. See, like, he's spent time with him, of course. And it's just kind of like, you know, hard to know exactly how they're feeling about their dad because they're so little still that it's like, I don't know what's going to even happen at this rate. You know, I don't have a clue what's going to even happen with these kids, but I'm excited to see where it goes. And I'm excited to see if these girls are going to do well. Now they are living here together and they're cousins. So I think they would help each other out when it comes to child's care. Of course, they can call a nanny if they absolutely need it. But yeah, that's the story of Juliet and Miranda Cap, and I hope you guys are enjoying this. So these two, I think, can really help each other out. If you guys like either Juliet or Miranda, please let me know. I'd like to know what you guys are thinking, how you guys are feeling. There's a lot of drama when it comes to this family, of course, because like I said, she's sleeping with the brothers. She's in love with two men at the same time. She has babies with somebody who the family completely does not even like acknowledge even exists in this world because they hate the Montes so much. And Consort, I kind of wonder if a lot of the tension between the Montes and the Caps kind of stems from Consort and Patrizo, because they're obviously the eldest in the family lines. So like if that family line dies off, will the Consorts and the Montes just kind of coincide without any issues? I have no idea. I mean, some of our Montes and Caps have like married, like what's her name, Bianca and Kent, they're married now, they have kids together. So like we're already mingling the family, and now we've got a couple more people who have kids with the Montes and their Caps. It's just like, I don't even know. But I am going to change the three kiddos' last name to Monty, of course, because it's fitting, and these guys will actually get it too. The reason I haven't done it is because once they aged up to toddlers, I instantly pretty much moved them out, so I didn't really have any time to do so. So I will get them their last names appropriately for their dad, because I do carry on the dad's last names, unless there's some reason that I wouldn't want them to have it, like it's a secret love child or something, you know, then I wouldn't have them have the last name. But if they're not secret, they know that their dad is a Monty, and Miranda's okay with it. So yeah, so I'm excited to see. She, like I said, she just started her whole college stuff, so I have to set her up for college and everything. So like she doesn't have a major or anything, but she is going to be going into a major that fits into the artist career, so that's kind of cool. If you guys are ever interested in checking out the drama live, I am live streaming this on my Twitch channel. I've been having some pink flashing issues, which I think now are fixed. Fingers crossed. I worked on it again. I thought it was fixed, and then I streamed it on Wednesday and it was pink flashing on stream. Now I've fixed it again, and fingers crossed, I think I was the reason it was pink flashing, but fingers crossed that it's working tonight when I stream. So if you guys want to see any of this kind of drama play out live, then definitely make sure to check out the streams, because that's where I play a lot of it. I do play some of it off screen because obviously this would take me forever to get through. You see how long it's taking me to get through my Uberhood, and so I'm around rotation 4 with this. I'm absolutely in love with this series and this game pretty much. So yeah, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to follow me over my Twitch channel. Don't forget to check out my Discord channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know that you're enjoying this still, and also it helps me to build my channel and like get my videos out there on YouTube for others to find. So I would really appreciate all of the love with a thumbs up at least. If you can't leave a comment, that's fine, but at least just give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will talk to you guys in my very next one. Thanks very much for watching.